Alrighty boys, welcome back to another step-by-step video, and in today's video is going to be featuring Ace. Now, the main topic that I wanted to talk about though in today's video is that I wanted to talk about passive versus being aggressive, like when to do it. I got a YouTube comment the other day asking me this question, and I wanted to share you guys some footage that I had to show you guys like when you should be passive versus when you should be aggressive. Now, the idea that you're going to be going for in the short answer that I want to say to answer that question right away is that if you are down numbers, you need to play aggressive to even out the man advantage, okay? That doesn't mean taking the first immediate gunfight that you happen to come across. That just means that you need to look for some kind of opening to even out man advantage. So right here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to look to open up the pillar wall. My team is doing a pillar IT push in this position. There's a dock on pillar in this position. We just went ahead and opened up pillar right here. And then what's going to end up happening here is I'm holding electrical door in the hopes that somebody swings electrical door, but no one's going to do it. And once I get on my drone right here and realize that nobody's going to push me for electrical, dock is actually going to hop over and hop on this hop up outside of the main wall here for pillar. And I'm going to go ahead and swing aggressively on the outside wall to get myself a very easy kill onto him on a pre-fire. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pause here because there's something I wanted to talk about when it comes to this passive versus aggressive playstyle. Now, there's one thing that I want you guys to understand in this position. It's a 2v4 position, and I have 29 health in this position. My thermite is pushing the IT side. Now, eventually he is going to end up dying, and the thing that I want you guys to understand is that it doesn't take a rocket science to understand that we're completely losing in this round, and that it's pretty much impossible to win from this position. So to go back to that question now, the only real way to win in this position is to get aggressive. I'm going to be honest with you guys. When you think about it, like when you get aggressive in this type of position, it's very obvious that you're probably going to die most of the time in this position, because remember, the information that we've gathered so far in this round is that there's a castle in my electrical, and there's more than likely multiple people over by IT warehouse side in this position command side. So what that means is that it's very, very likely that I'm going to get like some kind of double pincer on me if I try to walk into electrical connector in this position, which means that the only real way that I have to win in this position means that I have to go into connector, and then I have to basically just jump into pillar, because what's going to end up happening is if I go electrical, like yes, I probably could try to look for like a 1v1 gunfight right there, but it's such a like an unwinnable gunfight if you think about it with the castle. The castle only has to hit me one time. However, I could do something unexpected and be very aggressive and go pillar side. That's one thing I wanted to talk about. I'm going to use the wise words of Mr. Hitman JDA that I asked him about recently the other day. But long story short, he was talking about how whenever you got into these games where like your team just sells, like they just sell their numbers like crazy, and you're put into like these 1vx positions, like you just gotta try to find a gap, and then you gotta send that gap. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. It kind of sucks for your KD because a lot of the times you're just gonna die, but it's just what you gotta do. So to unpause this video now, what we're going to be doing for this round is we're going to go ahead and actually use our last ace charge here. We're going to make this electrical wall a walkthrough, and the reason why we're doing this is so that way we're able to just walk in freely without having to worry about anybody being able to swing me when I hop in aggressively. So right here we're going to see a castle on the pillar. I assumed that he was going to try to pre-fire me to get one bullet onto me. However, he decides not to do that, and he's actually going to end up just rotating back. Now, luckily for me, since I haven't given up on this round yet, what's going to end up happening is my thermites are going to actually swing IT and end up killing that castle that was harassing me over by pillar, which means that my pillar is essentially free in this position because the last couple of guys are going to be electrical command side in this position. You're going to see here my thermite is going to end up dying, unfortunately. He's going to get swung by the Goyle, who jumped out of the electrical window, which means electrical is now free in this position. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't keeping track of this during the round. I just kind of assumed that I probably had a hop in here because nobody was contesting me. And then right here, I'm going to go ahead and pre-fire towards the command door. I'm actually going to end up injuring somebody on an aggressive challenge by the enemy team. And then what's going to end up happening here is that I'm just trying to bait this injure to try to see if anybody swings me. And right here, I'm going to jump in, and then I'm going to once again again. I'm going to pre-fire the doorway here because we need to assume that if we take a gunfight, we're going to die. So that means we have to pre-fire everything. Now, the last guy in this position is going to be the Goyo. He's going to be playing on top of the thermite on the diffuser that he killed for IT. And so in this position, what we're going to do is we're going to make this position very awkward for him. We're going to go ahead and punch out the castle for warehouse here. This was a plan to bait him out to swing me aggressively, but he doesn't end up doing that. Right here, we're going to see the laser set on the wall here, which tells me his exact position. All we have to do is walk up. Expect him to swing, guys. We got to expect him to swing in this position. And we're going to go ahead and pre-fire him the moment we see any portion of his body. Now, one thing I want to quickly clarify is that I probably should have pre-fired a little bit earlier for that Goyo, because there was a really good chance that if he just swung out and just pre-fired me and hit, what, like 2 bullets, which is like basically like 1 bullet with Goyo's gun. So there's a really good chance I would have died there if he did try to pre-fire me. However, he didn't end up doing that, so I was able to get myself an easy kill into him, because obviously if I can see his laser sight on the wall, and there's only so many places to play inside of the IT, that means that his exact position is revealed to me, so I'm able to just walk up and shoot him in the face and get myself a free kill to secure the round and secure the 1v4 position right there. Now, the one thing I wanted to talk about next is when to play a passive. Now, this round is going to go pretty much the same as the last round, where my teammates are all going to start settling their bodies. This is actually going to be the round, actually, during mid-stream when I asked Hitman how you win positions like this, where it's like 2v4, 1v4 position. Like, we haven't even really done anything with our push yet, but my whole team is somehow dead. You know what I mean? Like, all I've done so far in this round has been claymore some windows, open up the wall, and then my whole team is dead. You know what I mean? It's just how it goes when you're solo queue. And now to go back to what I said earlier, we're down in numbers right now. It's a 1v4 position. It's an understatement to say that we're down in numbers here, but the only way that we can win is to get aggressive. Right here, we're going to do a nice little cheeky angle to kill Mute for free, because he's waiting for me to drop red so he can swing me with the shotgun, but I get myself a very easy kill. Now, in this position, the only way for me to win, and like I said earlier, the advice that Hitman gave me was that he pretty much said that I have to look for a gap. So in this position, I'm going to basically try to confirm where all of the enemy team is playing. So right here, Azami's piano, Goyo's inside of CS, and then I am just going to assume the last guy is going to be cocktail side in this position. We're going to drop CS here, and we're going to look at the CS door. We're going to end up killing Warden for free. Now, this is important to note because I thought Goyo was inside of CS. So in this position, I'm going to assume that Goyo and Azami are both over by piano CS side in this position. So I'm going to start working a plant. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and start hitting this plant. I'm not going to get any audio of anybody walking up on me, so I'm going to go ahead and just stick this plant right away. And then now we have to look for a gunfight, guys. It's a 1v2 position. I can't just sit in a corner and wait for the enemy team to push up on me. So we got to swing aggressively. We're going to end up killing a zombie on the bathroom head holes right here. And then right here, my plan was to get aggressive to catch the Goyo off guard and kill him. I did catch him off guard, but unfortunately, I'm not able to kill him aggressively, unfortunately, which means that my plan failed. I could have died right there. It's very important to know is that I could have died. Right here, again, I tried to catch him off guard, but he predicted me. He did hit me, but he was unable to kill me. And then now, at this point, I'm just going to go into a passive mode now. We're going to go ahead and just wait for him to start hitting the diffuser. And then all we're going to do here is we're going to bait audio. I'm going to go ahead and just run to the white staircase. He's going to go ahead and get off the diffuser. I'm going to go ahead and run down the white staircase now. He's going to give up on the ground on the round by dropping the hatch inside a cocktail. So I'm going to be able to get myself a very easy kill into him to secure the round right there. Now, since this is an ace video, I wanted to show you guys this little like fancy tech that I found out to do for a quick little aggressive play if you are finding yourself on the end of a team that is causing you to have to be stuck into these 1vx's all the time. By the way, what just happened to my ace charge, by the way? Did the wall get reinforced? Did it get cated? What just happened? I have no idea. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and open up the wall here. It's going to go ahead and start getting open. We're peeking over the top here in this position. The reason why we're doing this is so that we can look for any cheeky free kills off rip, because it's still even man count in this position, which means I can go for like cheeky kills in this position to try to give us the advantage instead of them having the advantage. And we're going to see here that since we do have even man count in this position, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this very like planned out, and I'm just going to go ahead and take my time with my push. Now, the reason why I'm able to take my time with my push is because obviously my team is not playing super aggressive, then I'm able to do it. Now, right here, this is going to be after that round with the 1v4, so I'm going to go ahead and make a play here where I'm going to hop in using my ace charge audio, and then I'm going to hop in again using my second ace charge audio for pillar here. My teammates are going to play aggressive in this position, and what's going to end up happening here is that since my team is playing really aggressive in this position, I'm going to want to actually get aggressive here instead of looking for a plant. Now, the reason why why we have to look for an aggressive push in this position is because since all my people command IT side are playing aggressive and just ego challenging, it makes the most sense to just flood out the enemy team in this position to secure the round. But in a general sense, to go back to that original question, like whether to play passive or aggressive, if you're down in numbers, you have to play aggressive. If you're not down in numbers, you can play time and you can play slow and methodical. If you're really down in numbers, like 1v4 type scenario, the only real play that you can look for, and this kind of also depends on the time situation that you have, whether or not you make a really fast play or you make a really slow play, is you're going to have to look for some kind of gap or create some kind of gap of your own to try to be able to win the round. And it kind of does suck, like I said, for your KD. You're going to have to try to look for a potential free kill to maybe open up that gap, and sometimes it's not there and you're just gonna die. It's just how it goes, but it's what you gotta do to win the round. Is you're gonna have to play aggressive when you're down in those numbers. To conclude this video, here's a quick little spawn peek counter you guys can do on Villa. You're just gonna want to hop up on this little ledge right here and peek the landing window here to get yourself a very easy kill. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.